I wrote a chapter on tax strategies for small businesses. I actually wrote about it. It's FBAR. If you have not heard about FBAR, FBAR is Foreign Bank Account Report. It's Foreign Bank Account Report. This is from the Treasury Department, a Treasury Department requirement. If you have a foreign bank account, especially like, if you have a business outside, or if you have like just a bank account or security account, something financial in the financial institution account, and you have equivalent to $10,000 at any time during the year, $10,000 at any time during the year, even if one day, even if 1 minute, the statement came out with equivalent to $10,000 on that day, you want to make sure to report an FBAR. That reporting is different than the tax return. You have to do it with the Treasury Department. Of course, if a lot of people are not comfortable doing that on their own, you can definitely hire someone to do it. At Noura's Books, we do this all the time for our clients. You have to report that to the IRS. Now, a lot of people are confused between reporting and paying taxes. When you report something to the Treasury Department, to the IRS, it doesn't mean you're paying taxes on it. For example, FBAR might have that money, but it's not income, and it's not, so you don't have to pay taxes on it. Actually, you don't pay taxes on an FBAR. You just have to let the Treasury Department know that, hey, I have this much money in this account in this country at this time, and I had this much money there. That's it. Technically, of course, you have to fill out a form, and that's what you need to do in order to report this to Treasury Department. This is, again, totally different than doing that and doing your taxes. However, when you do your taxes, you have to let your accountant know, because there is a form the accountant should to attach to your tax returns to tell them, yes, you have a foreign bank account. And then there is another questions asking if you have a reporting requirement or not. So you do have to let your accountant know, even if you're filing the FBAR on your own. So in Noura's books, we do have that questionnaire, and you can just answer the questions there. Some accountants don't have that questionnaire, but even if they do not ask you, or they do not have that, like it's a busy time, they might have forgot to ask you, you need to let them know so they can include that form in your taxes. And if you need help with doing the FBAR, you need to also ask for that. This does not go automatically, and you want to be careful when you're talking to accountant. Don't expect the account, just because you hired the accountant to do your taxes, she's going to do everything for you. Every service has different thing. When you buy something from Amazon, you do not expect Amazon going to send you their entire inventory, right? So make sure you do not have a realistic expectation. But I do want to talk more about FBAR, just to explain what does it mean, and when do you know that you need to file FBAR. For example, your aunt has an account in Canada, okay, and she has you as a someone signatory there. You are a signer in her account. This is not your money. She just have your name there just in case, just for emergency, and she has an FBAR requirement. Or even if she doesn't have, she might not be a U.S. person, meaning U.S. citizen or U.S. taxpayer. You still have to file FBAR, even if this is not your money. You would explain that in the FBAR form, but you still have requirements. And if you think the Treasury Department wouldn't know, well, they know, because banks all around the world, they have the requirements to report that to the U.S. Treasury. So they will know. And if you haven't been doing FBAR, you can make it up and you can file for different years. Otherwise, they don't care if you know or don't know. So even if you don't know, you still get penalties. And the penalties can be $100,000 or half of your money. So is that really high penalty? While if you want to file the FBAR, it could be for free if you do it yourself. It could be for a few hundreds if you are using a service. So that's much cheaper. And you don't want to get in trouble saying this is the Protection Act that happens with the that Treasury departments have. So you should comply with it. Otherwise, you might be even in jail. So it's not worth it to be in jail. And speaking about that, another requirement of the Treasury Department is BOI, the beneficial ownership information. That they were talking about it last year. And the deadline was supposed to be December 31st, 2024. And they kind of blocked it and had a hold on it. And they brought it back now. So it's required again. And it should happen by March 22nd. That's the deadline, March 22nd. So if you haven't filed your BOI yet, make sure you do it. We also offer this service at Noura's Books. So you want to make sure to report to Treasury Department whatever you are required to report. FBAR, if you have a foreign bank account that had $10,000 at any point during the year, or even if not you, even if it's your business account, but it's if you are a US person, it doesn't matter if it's under your name or your company name. So you must still report it into the Treasury Department, even if you're a nonprofit. So everyone is required to report it. And then the other thing, the BOI, you need to report. So these are two important reporting to Treasury Department. They are not tax filing. They are required. There's a lot of penalty for BOI. If you don't file, you're going to pay $500 a day, or maybe a little bit more. I didn't check the latest, but let's consider it $500 a day. That's a lot. That's a lot of money just for not doing a simple reporting. And you can definitely use a tax professional, use an accountant to do that. We do offer this service at Noura's Books. So make sure you stay in compliance so you don't spend your money on unnecessary things. You want to make sure you take care of your money. How do you take care of your money? Not with not investing in your business, but with really making sure you do not spend money in penalties and interest when you don't have to. So make sure you stay on top of your business. Make sure you stay up of your personal finances and taxes, and don't get into somewhere that just because you got lazy or you're afraid of something, don't know about it, and then you just ignore it and it's going to hit you back. So don't go there. Make sure you consult with an accountant. I would love to have you. You can simply book a call with my team at nourasbooks.com/contact, nourasbooks.com/contact. Again, this segment is sponsored by Noura's Books, Save Taxes with Noura. I love this segment because one of our core value at Noura's Books is education, and I love to let you know what I wish someone could let me know before I started in this tax compliance world